this was my purpose to clothe him, to be here just for him. I didn't want to leave, though this place was so crowded.
I am so glad to say I share my bed with this child who made people change so much. I stopped their businesses and just sang for him and light at his feet.
Oh, what a night. The stars were brightly shining.
Glory to the newborn King.
Quite the museum. Oh.
King, you must forget it. You will raise your royal blood pressure.
This is something you just don't forget, the day that someone's trying to take over your kingdom.
But King, we did what we could. We brought in the Magi to tell you where he was.
I even lied to them, said that I wanted to worship the King of the Jews. And I secretly told them to let me know where he was. But somebody told them that I really wanted the child dead. Who? I said, who?
King, you know it wasn't us. None of us. We wouldn't do it. We couldn't. We are all disturbed over this as much as you are.
I will find him. I will find him. And when I do, there will be only one king.
Just follow it.
I'm looking for the right documents, the one that was written by the ancients at the time of the arrival of the Messiah, the ones that led us to him.
Yes, the ones that said he would be the salvation of this world.
I think I found it, yes. Oh yes, come here and read. This is it.
Yes. Here is where it says of his arrival, how we were to follow the star in the east, which seems as if it were constantly ahead of us, leading us onward toward the place where the Messiah lay. However, we couldn't go worship the Son of God himself without gifts. A gift shows how much you really care about someone. It has to be the best you can give.
What a time it was finding just the right gift to give a king. What on earth would be good enough? Something easy to carry and useful to him now and in the future. We needed to do a lot of thinking.
Yes, we couldn't give a king, even though he was a baby, something not useful yet worthy of his name.
Yeah, I remember it was I who came up with the best idea first. I brought him the finest frankincense to grace the royal brow. It contains the finest healing properties.
I gave him the best of the finest myrrh found in this world.
My gift was fit for a king. A talent of gold said to be from the ancient priest Melchizedek.
We got ready and headed out on our quest. King Herod secretly asked us when we first saw the star to make sure we came back and told him where this child was.
Oh, remember Magi? When we finally found the child and his mother Mary, we could do nothing less but bow down and worship him. We opened our treasures and presented them to him.
Remember on our way back how we had to hide from King Herod? We had to take a different route so he would not find us, thus find the whereabouts of the child.
That was only because God had warned us in a dream the night before we left, not to go back that way.
That was a time we'll never, ever forget.
Never forget all the gift God had given. Changed this world forever.
Is the baby asleep yet, Mary?
Almost. He's just finishing up his milk. It's so good to see him resting, isn't it?
Yes, after what Herod tried to do to destroy him, I knew God would take care of us. After all, he was the one who planned his birth.
It's hard to believe it's just a few months ago that we were planning our wedding. And then the dreams and the angels.
Oh yes, the angels. Before the angel came to me, I was afraid to marry you because you was with child. But I didn't want to publicly disgrace you. You are such a humble girl.
Joseph, I wouldn't have blamed you if you had secretly put me away. It was hard for anyone to believe.
But when the angel told me in my dream Jesus was from God, I wasn't afraid anymore.
The angel told me I was highly favored of God. I couldn't believe it. I didn't want you to be hurt, Joseph, but you know that God is first in my life.
God is always first with you, Mary. I pray it will always be that way. It was so close to your delivery time when we had to travel to Bethlehem. We took a chance, didn't we?
Yes, it was a long, hard journey, Joseph. But we just got married and I didn't want to be separated from you. But anyway, I knew that God would take care of me.
Caesar Augustus waits for no man or child. You suffered on that trip.
Yes, but that's all forgotten about now. God was faithful. The manger was warm and open enough for all that God sent to see the baby. And the animals made just the right sounds to hush the baby to sleep. I'm just so happy, Joseph.
Mary, we can travel back to Israel now. Another angel like the one who told me to take you, Jesus, to Egypt. Visit me that last night and said, Herod is dead, so it's safe. I told you God would let us know.
Yes, besides you and I, Joseph, the world is blessed because of this child from God. God wasn't selfish. He sent his son as a baby to be raised in a world with people like Herod who only think about themselves. My prayer is, through this child, everyone will know God's love and mercy.
Mary, I pray that the life of this precious gift God has so graciously given would not be in vain, that all those who know him would see who he is and why he came.
Oh, Brandy, I'm so sorry. I couldn't find that light switch.
What do you mean? It all came to life.
What are you talking about?
this
Came to
switch?
life? What came to life?
Everything. The angels were singing, and Mary and Joseph, and the wise men, and the innkeeper, and the animals, and look at this little sheep on the string. It all came to life.
Well, I knew you needed something.
Well, I'm glad that I got to experience it all. Now I know the true meaning of Christmas, that my parents worked so hard because they want to give a good example of that first Christmas and how perfect, God gave his gift that first Christmas.
You're right, Brandy. Everyone needs to see this. Then they would know what the real meaning of Christmas is.
They sure would. For God so gave his only begotten Son that he would know his perfect gift.
That's right, Brandy. Oh, what a night, huh?
What